Not every day at the gym is a good session.
Yeah.
You know? But you show up regardless. There's that one session where you're like, nah, this it's not working out.
A bad day at the gym is better than a good day in the couch.
Yeah.
If something bad were to happen during the course of that day, handling it might be harder because you probably just didn't go to the gym. But had you, like what you said, was starting in the morning by going to the gym, that already sets you up for a good day.
In life, anything, I believe, if you want to tackle it, you can't just engulf the whole big thing. You go piece by piece by piece, and then over time, without even realizing, you are lifting those 50s.
You have developed a foundation by going to the gym. I know I do have the capability of showing up. I do have the capability of enduring whatever.
You've just stepped into An Empty Street, a podcast where we casually engage in difficult conversations about relationships, wealth, and health. We are just three curious gentlemen who ask questions almost about everything, and our aim is to find answers from others and within ourselves. We sit down every other week to explore unaltered conversations. So let's walk the talk together, and welcome to the Empty Street podcast.
This is awkward.
Well, rapping yourself is awkward when you think about it.
Yeah, but I'm Mulatu. I think I'm a friend and a colleague of Sisonke. And I guess ever since meeting everyone, I'm a friend of everyone.
No, nice to meet you, and it's nice of you to join us.
Thanks for pulling through.
Yeah, it's nice of you to join us, though.
Thanks guys for calling me.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to the conversation? What we want to unpack? I think we can get into it.
Proper. It's a conversation we've had before. Beginning of the year, about you were just talking about how going to the gym, like the benefits of just going to the gym, from your mental health and also to instilling certain behavior, or rather put it, a certain habit into how you approach everything in your life. So I just want us to just casually talk about that. I want just unpack the importance of going to the gym and how it benefits us. I don't have a way that I could, maybe a question to say, let's start here, let's talk about this, but maybe then I would see, like, how long have you been going to the gym?
For me? Well, I think initially I started in 2013. Then I stopped. I was still at school, and then I stopped. Then 2018, end of 2018, then I went back. And I never looked back ever since. So,
what made you
go? I'll tell you this. I was staying with a friend of mine, a homie, TK. And I think our lives were more of a triangle routine. I know if TK is not in Braamfontein, he's at home. If he's not at home, he went to his family or so forth. Then we felt like needed something to do, something to keep ourselves busy. But I'll tell you, the first time when I went to gym was out of interest, and I accompanied someone. I went and I saw what people were doing there at the gym, and I was like, then the second time, that's when I was staying with TK, and then we said one day we must sign up and just join gym. Didn't know what we were looking for, but also I think having a triangle routine without us realizing it was you know when you have a routine, you feel like your mind is not inspired, it's not challenged, it's not you just feel like
you're just living.
Yeah, you're just living. So we needed something. Then the conversation was like a random and a not so serious conversation until one day he went, and then when he came back, I think they gave him a bag and a cup, and then I'm like, bro, you joined gym? He's like, yeah, man. Every time when I come back from work, I go to the gym and then I come home. I'm like, geez, this man. So seriously, you do go to the gym? He's like, yeah, I go. And then I think I now changed complexes where I was staying. I went to stay with my sister and staying with her. Then I just started with push-ups at home. I think push-ups are funny. You do 10 and then you go to the mirror, you look at yourself, you're like, I think I'm there, Papa.
Getting there.
Then every day it became, and I'll tell you how it became a habit now. And that's, I think, one thing that people don't know or are not aware of about gym. You do, how the exercise makes you feel mentally is what makes you want to come back actually all the time. So I did that, and then how I was feeling the whole day was just a lot. You feel like nothing is impossible. Like it puts your mind in a very positive space where you feel like I can do whatever. I know this is difficult, but I'm going to try and find a way to deal with it. You know. Then from there I was like, man, it can't just end with push-ups. I need to go to the gym. Maybe my story is long, but to cut it short, I went to Vision Active, Northgate. I got there. I didn't even have the money to join. I went there to ask, how do I join gym? How much does it cost? And I think there's also this perception and mentality from a lot of people that gym is expensive. I think for what it does for one's health,
the benefit,
it's way too cheap, man. For me, it's way too cheap. So I went there, and it's funny how that I call it VA because sometimes when you call out the name, people are saying, you are giving them credit or so forth. So I got there, and they said, do you want to join? I said, no, I just want to ask, what are the T's and C's? And then they said, okay, just stand there. We are taking a picture before we let you in. And then they take a picture. They said, just fill in your names here, and then you will be in. Less did I know that was, it's actually their process of saying, man, you've already done the whole process, so just sign here. Then I go in, they show me, this is where we do one. This other lady, we still meet actually. Well, I haven't met her in a while, but every time she sees me, she becomes so proud. She's like, people should know how you were looking when you came to the gym. I'm so proud, like, because she gave me the money to actually pay my membership. So she showed me, and I was like, okay, that's nice. And then how much? It's like, monthly, this is how much. I'm like, yes. Monthly, so every month I have to part with this amount of money. Then I was like, let me go think about it. She's like, wait. Oh, she let me go. And then as I went outside, I'm not sure if, actually I think she was not allowed to do what she did, from where I come from to where I am right now, she's proud, and I'm sure I can proudly say that's what she did. So she waited for me as I was about to go into my car, she's like, hey, Malata, wait. And then I waited, she's like, man, look, I can see how much you want to do this, but you just feel like the money is an inconvenience. How about I pay your signing up fee, which is going to cover you this month, and it was beginning of the month up until the next month, and then you take it from there. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, but I'm not allowed to do this. So maybe because I still haven't mentioned her name. And then
you can mention her if you want.
Fortunate is her name. She was oh well, she's still a hard worker. She pushes. When I got to gym, when I saw her doing what she was doing, I was like, you're fortunate.
That's fine.
You push this hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that day, she paid. So she gave me the money and said, go and pay. And then you are part of us.
Yeah.
And then I paid. I think everybody starts on the simplest and easy ones to trade meals and so forth. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. Even though I had been at the gym before, but that was in varsity, and there we would mostly just do weights. So there I was like, here I'm sure it's professional people.
Different worlds.
Yeah, and gym is intimidating. Maybe that's something that we're going to talk about. So when you get into the gym, you see this big guy. He just gets in there and he's like,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah.
You're like,
he knows. You know you should do that.
And then you're like, maybe these things are not heavy. You go and you get your 10. It's heavy. You're like, this guy's lifting at 25. Me, I can't even lift a 10. So I started with the small things. Your treadmills, your rows. I was just. And then I left. I told TK, hey man, I joined gym. Only to find out that TK has left gym. He's not going to gym. Then I think that's how my journey began, and it has been a discipline, a lifestyle that I think I don't want to compromise it for anything. I tell people you can. There was a time where if you call me to a meeting, if I haven't gone to gym, I'll tell you, hi, how's it? I apologize, I'm going to be late because I realized I need this time to go to the gym, and then I'll come to you after. Damn. Most people would. So I remember this other meeting I went to, but they shouted at me, you are selfish. You only think of yourself. What. But it didn't hurt because I was like, until you know what I got there, it's fine. You can say whatever you want to say, but now let's get into the meeting and talk the business of the day. But that has been my journey, and I am not looking back. I'm not. I don't think I'll ever go back any time. I don't want to say soon, but for as long as I live, this is my journey, this is my lifestyle, this is what I stand for.
I think just with my experience with working out in gym, specifically, for me it's something that I've always kind of drilled in, that it's not just something I want to do, but it has to be a lifestyle. You know, and I think that's also like a mental switch, because if you're just going to gym for the sake of just for the sake of doing it, then anytime you quit, like TK for instance, when you started gym and then he just left because it wasn't a lifestyle, it wasn't something he was looking forward to introducing it to his everyday life. You know, but when you kind of make that decision, then going to the gym is no longer just about, yes, it'll be about reaching a goal, right? But there's also that thing at the back of your mind that tells you that no, I can still come tomorrow and try again, you know, and the next day and try again. So it's not just about reaching the goal tomorrow. You know, but you know that it's because it's a lifestyle. I can still reach this goal if I come for the whole year. You know, and then that turns into 2 years, 3 years, whatever the case is. And I feel like that kind of instills discipline. The fact that you keep showing up. And the whole idea of showing up, you can translate that into everyday life. Like you were mentioning work, where you had the meeting and things weren't going so well for you. But you still showed up. You know? Same way you show up when you not every day at the gym is a good session. You know? But you show up regardless. There's that one session where you're like, nah, it's not working out. You know, you come across a heavier weight than usual. But it doesn't mean that tomorrow you won't be able to lift it. You know?
There's actually a guy at the gym who watches, he doesn't watch over us, but he gyms with us. But we see him, like, we bump into each other at the gym, and he notices that these guys are like consistent and stuff. And he once said something this other day. He was not looking okay, and he was like, he told Yams that, yo, bro, what did Darren say in Ghana? Like, it's a day is better. A bad day is better at the gym.
It's better than a good day at the couch.
Yeah.
A bad day in the gym is better than
A good day on the couch.
Yeah. A bad day at the gym is better than a good day in the couch.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And like Lenteni Ringa, like it reminded me of that. Like gym, it has like some serious mental benefits that we don't understand. Because in mindset too. Before you go to the gym is like, yo, I wanna kill this belly fat. I wanna kill these love handles. I wanna kill whatever. Whatever. Like funny put so the ideal body maybe you wanna go Instagram or whatever. That's all about it. And manje is about you'll feel like it's a duty. And like what we've realized now with him, and we actually talk about it with him, gym has become a lifestyle, man. With him, you just go to the gym. The results are the cherry on top.
But
it gets to a point where you do want to see the results, and then that helps you to push even more. Meaning,
keep showing up.
That's feeling even more good.
You feel good about yourself.
Because dog, like, gym is something. I've never been this consistent, by the way, at gym. I've attended the sessions at gym. Like that. And we stopped. And this time it's different, dog. I'm like, even if I don't see the gains now, I'm like, I like how I feel after gym.
That's
I like how I feel. I started going to gym in the mornings. I would love how I feel throughout the whole day. As you said, I feel like everything is possible, dog. I don't think there's anything hard. Like I'm like in a good mood. And then obviously I did the research on the psychological benefits, like the scientific part of it, and then I got to understand so when we go to the gym, we release these chemicals, these feel good chemicals, and that's why it's addictive.
And I think you can tell the difference when you go to the gym and the day when you haven't gone. There's a big difference.
And
it feels like there's something missing.
It
feels like there's something you didn't do right. You know, and that also kind of contributes to I think it's like steering away from your routine. And you feel that there's a shift when you're not in that routine. You know, it affects your day sometimes. You know, probably if something bad were to happen during the course of that day, handling it might be harder because you probably just didn't go to the gym. But had you, like what you said, was starting in the morning by going to the gym, that already sets you up for a good day. You know, be it that there might be some hiccups along the way. It won't matter. Yes, obviously it will get to you.
I conquered a 24 kg. What's that?
It doesn't linger for that long, you know. And I think those kind of things are what imitate how we look at life. And how you still show up, as I said earlier, how you still show up after a bad day at work or a bad day wherever, in whatever situation, you know, and you handle that with a little bit more thick skin. Like you develop this thick skin towards life. You know, no pun intended, because obviously you grow muscle.
you do,
But you just look at things a whole lot differently. You know, and I mean, I think also what we were saying, that the misconception about gym is that you're looking for that cover guy magazine. You're looking for the cover magazine body. You know, and that isn't the end goal. Because it's how it makes you feel. It's how you look. Like it instills discipline. The consistency in just showing up for gym. You end up showing up for yourself in the same way. You know, even on instances where you feel like, I just want to sit on the couch. Though.
Yeah.
You'll be like, nah.
I can't just
I can't just sit on the couch. Though. You know, let me just go. Even if it's 30 minutes.
And what's crazy is that when you get there, maybe the first exercise or the first two exercises are like, I don't want to be here.
Still laggy.
And then once you're warm, then it's like, let's go, man.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Because what we do, Tina, we usually start with cardio.
Okay.
And after doing cardio, it's like, oh, this feels nice. Let's go.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't feel like going to the gym.
Sure.
But after that cardio session, you're like,
You heat it up.
let's go, man.
Yeah, you heat it
Let's
up.
go. Let's carry the boats.
It's an interesting lifestyle. I don't want to lie. But I mean, taking it back to how this lifestyle imitates the actual life or the real life that we live. I think this is what it's an example that I used when I was talking to you beginning of the year, and I said, and I'll use myself as an example. When you get to gym, you get there, there's a lot that you can do there, a lot different ways that you are interested and you want to. Just like in life, there's so many things that, depending what age you are at or you are in, you develop interest for, right? But it does not mean that everything is for you at that time, and it does not mean you can handle it or you have to take anything or everything that you see at the moment. And you go to gym. Like you said, you guys start with cardio and what so forth. Some people just don't even start. Some people's warm up is using lightest weight. They just use the lightest weight to warm up and stretch their bodies.
And then they go.
And that comes to show you that we have interest in different things, and not everything is for everyone. Then
the goals are also different.
And also the goals are different because I think the mentality, and that's how everybody still greets me as Gora. Well, because everybody thinks you go there, you want to be a scorer, you want to be the toughest person in this universe, and only to realize later that most of my friends to realize that no, this guy seems like he's not even there. This person just has discipline and he's consistent in what he's doing. But like I said, taking it back to myself, I remember you get there, you see maybe somebody doing shoulders with dumbbell raises, and you think, I'm sure I can carry that and
do this.
And you get there, you hold or you see them using a 10 kg, you think 10 kg, I've carried 10 kgs at home.
It looks small.
And you do it, you look at how they're doing it, you look at the mirror, you are doing completely something different. You're like, what? And you can feel you are hurting yourself where you're not supposed to be feeling hurt. Then that comes to tell you that you are not supposed to be there at the tents. Maybe go down there, learn the correct forms, techniques to carry the weights. And as a guy, I know and I see it with many. A friend of mine, Leslie Mufukeng, he's a world-renowned journalist and an author. So he used to say, I'll be like, hey friend, I'm seeing people doing wrong things here at the gym. He's like, Mulato, focus on yourself. People at the gym are rude. And that's what I've picked up, because even with me, there's a guy called Bafana. He actually used to work here at Vision Active Potchefstroom. But before that, we met in Northgate. And then I came here. He found me here. So Bafana, when I got there at Northgate, he would come to me and say, Ola, Ukraine, sure. I can see you're using this dumbbells. What do you want to exercise? At that time, I don't even know what I'm exercising, which part of my body. I just want to lift things because everybody's lifting things here. And it's like, okay, let me show you. But with arrogance and maybe not knowing, I'm like, hi, don't worry. I was just seeing something. And then let me go somewhere where he won't see me so I can do my things in peace. But once you have been there for the longest time, you realize that's a mentality and a behavior that everybody new carries, especially gents. They come there, they feel like you are exposing them or you are belittling them. Yeah, when you say, Ntwana, let me show you, where do you want to exercise, which part of your body do you want to, and they like, when you say to him, don't take this heavy one, now I fall apart. They're like, I'm even bigger than you, you're asking me to go for a 4. But that's how life is. Yeah. In life, anything, I believe, if you want to tackle it, you can't just engulf the whole big thing. Yeah. You go piece by piece by piece, and then over time, without even realizing, you are left in those 50s, and you're like, hey,
I got here.
On 50s.
Yeah.
But, and I think, who was I showing when I was still in Northgate? I think I was carrying 12s on the bench, and they were heavy at that time.
Sure. Yeah.
That was an achievement for me. And when I see a 50 now being, okay, this is my next challenge.
Yeah, you bench press at 50.
I'm like, when I'm sitting alone, I'm like, yeah, man, this is interesting. But it's interesting. Maybe it's painful in the journey, or not really painful, but you feel like, why not now?
It becomes a challenge.
Yeah, then the journey. That motivates you to also want to keep on going. Yeah. But I think once I picked up that, actually, there's something that we call progressive growth. Where if I'm lifting 6s, then
8,
my last set, I'll go and say, okay, let me finish it up with an 8.
Yeah.
Then I know next time if I do maybe 4 sets each, then I'm like, okay, let me do 2 6s and then 2 8s now, and then maybe try a 10. Then that's how you get to see. Then once I picked up that, then I was like, oh, actually this is even how life works.
Sure.
Yeah. You go and you monitor. You have to.
You just start small. And
you
look
see
at the
yourself.
progress.
I was there, but I need to make sure I also. And this requires eating good, sleeping well, and all. And then once you obey and commit yourself to all this, then it becomes much easier to see the growth and appreciate it, I think.
I
think it's also like developing a new skill.
Yeah.
The process of getting to master that skill. You start off in a place of discomfort because you're frustrated by the idea that I'm getting this wrong. You know? So in gym, you're frustrated because, hey, I can't lift this weight, you know? And then what do? You keep showing up, trying that same weight. You know, it might be smaller, like as you were saying, the progressive overloading. So you'll probably start with the 8s, push the 8s, push the 8s. As with the skill, you'll keep doing that thing over and over again. You know, until you get to actually master it. And then once you get to that point, that is you now moving on to a different weight. You know, now you move on to an 8 or a 10, whatever it is. You know, with bench presses, you know, you don't only just use one plate. You probably start light, but with each weight, each set, you add another. You know, like let me add another 10. Push, let me add another 10. You know, so I think. So the same way you kind of develop a new skill, it's literally the same thing you would do when you're at the gym, because you're still applying consistency. Still applying the same amount of discipline. You know, and you're trying to kind of master this thing so you can be good at it. It's not to say that you can't be good at other things, but you just want to get this right. So the same way as if you had to curl, probably at first you can't curl properly, you know, or they'll tell you, hey, dog has to come here, and then you learn later on that no, there's different forms of curling. There's the half, there's the full, and then there's up to midway, and those kind of things change your mindset like entirely. You know, I think one thing I've noticed about my consistency is that it has inspired the people around me to start wanting it actually grows the interest in them.
Yeah.
You know, even though they don't know what to expect.
Yep.
But they actually now interested in like, dude, let me show up. Let me go see what Neva's actually doing when he goes to the gym. You know, or the other people are like, yo, dude, can you please send me your workout routine?
Yeah.
I want to try doing this and doing that. You know. And then other people show me their progress as well. So I also now end up feeling encouraged to keep going. You know, because I feel like it's not only just for myself anymore, but I'm doing it for the people around me too. You know, and I feel like that's where I'm at this moment, where I don't just do it for myself, but to motivate the people around me to also adapt to that kind of lifestyle. You know, because at the end of the day, you want the people around you also to kind of live a certain way. You know, we all be the same. We're obviously on different parts. But there should be something, like what you were saying about the whole triangle routine. You don't want to get caught in that triangle. You know, something different. And I feel like it's a healthy and good way to kind of go about life. You know, having that piece included into your everyday life. So I mean, for me, it's been a good journey. I don't think I'm gonna stop anytime soon.
It shouldn't.
I don't think I'm gonna stop anytime soon. But I think from my side, that's as much as I think I can share. I don't know if you have anything else to add, but we can just probably bring it back in closing. And how I feel, as we mentioned just along the conversation on how gym imitates life, I think it's important for everyone, if not anyone, to challenge themselves once in a while. It doesn't even have to be at the gym. I think also now there's this new trend that I've noticed on social media. A lot of people are creating these running clubs. I'm seeing a lot more people running in groups.
Is one of the, I think, popular advocates I know, and not advocate as in like he's in law, but he's an ambassador for. He's getting a lot of support from corporate, and there's so many clubs.
There's a lot of running clubs, and it's nice to see. You know, it's nice to see because now that it gives people something to look forward to, other than just a weekend where they spend at home. Because and normally they obviously happen on weekends. You know, maybe Saturday morning, like a 7 a.m. and then there's like a 5, a 10, and a 21 kilometer race. So those kind of things also. As I was saying, that you don't only have to look at it as, I have to go to the gym. But there's different aspects to it, or there's different elements or different categories into which you can slot yourself into. If you're not comfortable with going to the gym, you can still do the running. You know, if you don't like that, then you can start small, like walking.
You can just do push-ups.
Or you can start with the push-ups. As you said, I think guys, especially when you're still a kid and you're at home, at some point in time, you found yourself on the door trying to do pull-ups, you know? So those kind of things also show you that your body actually does want to put itself through those things. But it's just, I guess it's a daunting thought when you have to, it's intimidating, as you said, when you're in the gym and you're seeing people of different sizes doing all of these things, and at that point in time you don't even know what to do with any of those things. You know, but giving yourself the time or the opportunity to find out, I think is important. So I think just try putting yourself in those kind of situations so that it also trains you in real life situations, you know, so that you know how to handle life in a way that you handle the gym. I think those would be my.
I think it's quite like, as you were saying, that when you go to the gym, you're not only like just lifting weights, but there's a new skill that you actually learn. That you can apply to life as well. And I've noticed that people who are married are more respected than people who are not, right? And that is because marriage is a proof that you're committed to something. And I've gotten to realize that it goes the same way with people who go to the gym. If you're like, it shows in your physique and you've been going to the gym, it means that you have that skill of showing that you can be committed to something. It makes it easy for me to trust you in anything that I could possibly, be it business or relationships, but it just simply shows that you have the ability to show up. With everything that goes into gym, like the pain, the challenges you face, not getting the results that you want at the time that you want, and going back and saying, okay, what am I doing wrong? It's with the diet. So that entire healthy lifestyle that you look at and sort of troubleshoot so that you can improve or have or achieve your goal. So, Nceba, it seems like you wanted to say something.
No.
So just going to the gym, like it's a battle that you win, and in anything that you could possibly like pursue outside of gym, be it a relationship, be it business, be it a skill that you want to develop, you have developed a foundation by going to the gym. I know I do have the capability of showing up. I do have the capability of enduring whatever I'd be faced with. So that's what I like about like gym. It's the most basic and zero-sum game. Like, no, not zero-sum, that's not the right word, but something that there's nothing you lose by going to the gym.
It's an investment.
There's nothing you lose. So compared to maybe if you want to start a business and you're like, I'm gonna lose cash if I start this business. But when you develop that skill, it builds that foundation in which I'm able to commit into something, and I'm able to endure throughout all the challenges that I face to be able to achieve this certain goal that I want. And even if like I look at it, my gym before I actually started going to the gym was actually learning magic. It's not an easy skill to make something that's not possible.
Create an illusion
for it to look possible. It's not easy at all.
To create an illusion.
Learning magic for me has been like, it showed me that anything is possible, and it's only about time. You just put in time and you become consistent in whatever you're doing, and then you get it right. Usually magicians have broken mirrors because when we practice in front of a mirror. And when you practice in front of a mirror, it's like there's an audience watching. You see whatever you're doing from a perspective of whoever will be watching whatever trick that you're doing. And when you don't get the move right, you get frustrated. And when you get frustrated, you end up breaking your mirror because you can't get it right. So it trains you to get things right. So I think gym as well does that to your like personality or character. It sort of instills that, I don't see the gains today. I don't see them in a month. I don't see them in 3 months. But you know what? I'm gonna go through this because it is what I want. And with whatever else that you're pursuing as well, it's the same thing. I want to make R1 million. I'm not gonna get it in a year. I'm not gonna get it in a year and a half. But I'm just gonna keep going because I see this works and I feel good by having this incremental having this incremental growth to achieving whatever you wanna achieve. So I think
I think what I like saying, probably from my post, as you see, the whole daily deposits thing. it's like for me, that's my my philosophy. That is a daily deposit.
Daily deposit,
you know,
to something bigger.
Yes, to something much bigger. Because when I look at that bank balance, so to say, I want to see a huge investment in there. So even with an investment, it's not, you don't put money in today to withdraw tomorrow. You know, it's over a long period of time. So that's literally how I look at you. That I'm going, like other people say, hey, I went to pay rent. You know, because that's the body you live in. If you think about it in that sense, that's the body you live in. So why not make an investment or like look at it in a sense where you have a home. You want to have a home that is warm, that is welcoming, that is furnished, like a comfortable space. You know, where when people come, they also feel comfortable and welcome. So
and at peace,
and they're at peace. They don't feel like, hey, here I'm not gonna fall asleep. You know. So trying to look at gym in that kind of sense it changes the whole idea of hey, I have to go to gym today. You know, because so I think those kind of things also help you look at gym differently. Just how you think of gym. Don't think of it as it's gym, I have to lift the weight. But think of it as a deposit, as a rent that needs to get made. And you buying furniture for your home. You know? So those are my participants.
Makes sense. I think from my side, man, consistency, discipline, and that would it's what you require. And gym is the place where you effortlessly teach yourself
discipline, consistency.
Those elements of life. And like you said, and I think what I liked was when you said it moves from being about you and to a point where it's about the people around you. I remember that's the time I went home for holidays, and when I got there, the first time my parents saw me topless, they were like, and then everybody in the house, because I spent the whole day in the house topless, and then everyone was like, me tomorrow I'm going to start jogging. This, you know. And now it has come to a point where if you call me and I say I'm at the gym, I expect you to respect that time.
That's your time.
Or, you know, so where my family understands when I say I'm at gym, they know it's his time. Unless he says I'm able to talk. But once I say I'm at the gym, they say, okay, let us know when you're at home. But like I said, the most and the easiest way to go and learn how to commit, to be consistent and be disciplined, and that's the gym. And I remember somebody was asking me what is commitment, and I say that is, if you're talking about my lifestyle, that is the promise that or promises that I make to myself. And I just have to, commitment and discipline, I just have to show up for what I promise myself. And if it's you mentioned marriage, if it's in a marriage, that is promises that I made to myself and this person. And I just need to commit and continue showing up for this person and myself, for this relationship to work. I think gym has taught me that place has taught me that. And you talked about not only gym, because people think that is the only place where you can go and be disciplined, show your commitment and consistency. But there are many other things. I see a lot of people. I used to have friends who were doing calisthenics, which, you know, so
that's a different type
that's a different type of
so there are ways of showing up and doing it for yourself or for whatever cause that you're doing it for, but not being at the gym. Like I mentioned, Tumisole, who's I see him in the forefront of many marathons that are happening around the country, different clubs in different suburbs, townships. The other time I saw people running in the streets of Alex, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful, because I know that most people, for them to even get up and go and exercise, their environment seems to define, and they take it in and say, imagine here at Alex, where am I going to run? But when I saw people running, then I was like, I hope this touches somebody who has been wanting to and feeling like it's not possible. And they can now do it and start running in that kind of a place. But like I said, commitment, consistency, that's all that we go there to learn. And then how one looks is just a cherry on top. I think that's it from my side, and that's what I wish everybody could just get and live this easiest and simplest lifestyle.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. One last thing.
Last words.
Last words. Normally people would ask me, let's say it's after a session at the gym, you obviously still have that pump, right? And then you bump into someone on the street or something like, yo, dude, like, how do you get a body like that, or how do you like get this and that? I'm like, yo, honestly, there's no trick or no magic trick. You know, all I do is show up. Literally, that's all I do. I can't lie to you and say I do this, I do it, because I don't even use supplements. So I can't say, hey, take this or take that. Just show up. You know, the other stuff you can do as you have kept showing up for yourself. Then that it will obviously be dependent on what you want to achieve. If you want to compete, then you'll start looking into supplements and all of these things to get that physique. You know, but at the foundation of it is just showing up. You know, so just show up, guys.
My parting words will be, like as you were saying, which is like the commitment part. Like in each and everything that you might pursue in your life, in order to be successful, you have to be committed. And that's it. And when as Usho, you just have to show up. Like, that's it. There's no hack. There's no step-by-step method that's gonna get you there quicker. No, it's just showing up and being consistent every day. Whether that's in a relationship, people say love is an action, and that means each and every single day you just choose to love this one person. And if it's a job, you show up each and every single day and you improve your skills each and every single day. If it's a practice that you have on the side or whatever, the only way to be successful in it is to show up each and every single day and be consistent. That's all about it. It's doing something every day and shifting your mindset as well from this is a duty, this is hard, it should be a matter of daily deposits. Each and everything that I do today, tomorrow, that other day will contribute. There's a book, I almost said I read, but there's a book I know that I've recommended to a lot of people. I know the concepts that are in the book, but I've never read it. Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you do something for 100 days, like you don't aim to do 50% of something or 100% of something in one single take, but each and every single day you do 1% of something, you are ahead than most people. Because if I am doing something for 365 days, it means that I'm 365% ahead of anyone else who might not be doing that same thing, procrastinating or slacking behind. So it's just a matter of showing up each and every single day to contribute to the bigger goal. So those are my last words. As we always say,
take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and take care of your pockets. This is the Empty Street Podcast. And we're signing out.